In the last month, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 5%. Also in 1 month, the S&P 500 is down 5%. And in the NASDAQ 100, in 1 month, it's down 7.4%. Hey, MAGA, is this what you meant by making America great? But that's not why I got you here. Well, it kind of is. It plays into it. Trump is having a trade war with himself. On February 1st, Donald Trump went into his campaign pledges and said that he was going to put a 25% tariff on Canada, 25% on Mexico, and 10% on China. That would get you to the 60 that he was always talking about. He was not going to do 60 across the board. But okay, 2 days later, he put a pause on Canada and Mexico's tariffs to give them time to come to a deal. Mind you, the deal that he's complaining about, he signed that deal with Mexico and Canada back in his first administration. And then the next day, because of course he lost this time, he's out telling everybody that, yeah, you know, I'm going to implement it back on March 4th because that'll end the 30-day hiatus. But I'm also going to slap on some additional tariffs against China. Now, he did this on the 4th and the 27th of February. And when March hit, March 3rd, he reiterated that, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to implement my tariffs. And when he said that, the market dropped 1.7%. And it hadn't done that since December. And the next day, when those tariffs hit, Canada and China implemented their own tariffs. Mexico said, we're gonna hold back and see how this plays out. And I guess during all this time, the big 3 car companies was trying to get in touch with Trump, and they called him and said, hey, what the F are you doing? What you don't understand is Canada and Mexico got a deal with the United States. So let's say you're building an engine. Some parts are made in Canada, some parts are made in Mexico, some parts are made in the United States. So you can have an engine being built in America. You got to ship it to Canada to get some more stuff done to it. Then you got to ship it down to Mexico to do some more stuff to it. Every time that engine crosses borders, they're paying a tariff on it. So that goes with screws, bolts, whatever, fan belts, whatever you want to call it. It's all part of that tariff package. So those car dealerships said, hey, what the are you doing? And after they talked to him, he changed his mind. He lost again, people. And I guess somebody got to him and said, Donald Trump, when you shut the hell up and listen, you are screwing up the very deal that you signed in your first administration. So he went out and put a pause on all goods that's related to the USMCA. The stock market still fell 2 to 2.5%. The man is fighting himself. So Trump keeps losing. And I keep trying to tell MAGA that even though presidents do not judge their legacies on the stock market, Donald Trump will continue to do so. So we're going to continue to hold him accountable to the stock market. Even though that's going on and he still continues to lose, he got to change people's minds. He got to change the narrative. I know. I would sign an executive order to get rid of the Department of Education because that's one of my campaign promises. Knowing, well, maybe he don't know. He can't do that. That's got to come from Congress. And Congress may do it. But it takes people's minds off the losing that he's doing.